G'day guys, back with the Outer Circle, and today we're going to look at the Ultramarines in this episode of Getting Started in the Horus Heresy. Now, Ultramarines do well with this box. I'm going to assume you're buying this box because, well, you're probably new to the Horus Heresy if you're watching these videos. In this box, you're going to get 40 Tactical Marines, 10 Terminators, 2 Praetors, a Contemptor Dreadnought, and a Spartan Battle Tank. Out of the 2 Praetors, I think it's pretty safe to say that old Chuggalugs here, he isn't very Ultramarines, and there's not a great deal one can do to fix that. Maybe a head swap, maybe do something with the weapon, turn his right hand into a gladius, left hand, maybe put a boarding shield on there, get rid of the trophy rack off the back, those sort of things, and you can make him into more of an Ultramarine. I probably wouldn't use it still if I was making the box into Ultramarines. The other character, though, we can do something with. But before we do that, what do you need to play Ultramarines? Well, you'll need the Legiones Astartes army book for the Liber Astartes, the Loyalists. This one will have your rules for Ultramarines. Of course, the Ultramarines transfer sheet is pretty handy for icons and styling them up. And the Ultramarines in Horus Heresy are a very different beast to Ultramarines in 40k. They're not the poster children. That belongs to probably the Sons of Horus and the Imperial Fists, hence why they're in the box set. They're the two that Games Workshop really loves and has done a lot to pump up in the fluff. Although I would say that the player base thinks otherwise, because they are not the most common of armies. I'd say probably for traders, Death Guard or Iron Warriors are the most popular armies, and I'd say for Loyalists, it's a bit of a toss-up, but Dark Angels are popular, very popular in fact. Maybe Blood Angels, yeah. There's some other legions out there. Imperial Fists are not super popular. Anyway, it's a good transfer sheet. I have this one myself. It's got apothecary markings, regular unit markings. It's got markings to go on cloaks, on shields, all sorts of things. Fantastic. This is also a legion that will really benefit from the Ultramarines upgrade pack. Of course, the larger Gladius on the right, more of a Spather, if anything, that will make an excellent weapon to swap out for this gigantic abomination of a sword. On top of that, obviously, different shoulder pads. They all look more Artificer as opposed to regular shoulder pads, which means they look quite good on characters, squad sergeants, that kind of thing. The heads, yes, they're Mark 7 helmets, but cut away the little bit of chin that's on the helmet, so it's just exposed grill, and it's a Sarum pattern, perfectly Heresy. Nice, easy conversion for people. The torso, it's going to be hard to put that torso onto the miniatures that come in the boxed starter set, but you could definitely cut the leather strapping off it and glue that onto a torso if you so desired. But yeah, any of the helmets will be fine to use on your characters. If you really want to go all out, then go for the Ultramarines Praetorian Heads upgrade set. This isn't the only Forge World set of heads released, but it's the only one that's currently available from Forge World. The other one seems to have been discontinued. Now, this one here, another nice little upgrade option, and I think sprinkling these sort of helmets throughout the squads just gives a little bit of individuality to your army. It shows it's not just a uniform cloned fighting force that all came out of vats and into perfectly identical armor on the same day, which, you know, it's the suspension of disbelief. We play Horus Heresy because we're really passionate about the hobby, not just the game, and we want to showcase and reenact the famous battles of the period, and we don't do that by having a completely identical army, do we? I mean, you could. Nothing's stopping you from it, and no one would hate you for it. But if you're going to make a hobby project and inject all this money into it, let's inject a bit of passion into it too, hey? Good little upgrade here as well. Go for the Terminator Praetor. You can get it over on Forge World. It's fine. It's got a lot of Ultramarines iconography on it, but it's a nice looking model. And it gives you someone to actually lead your Terminators into battle that are going with that Spartan battle tank. The last thing I would suggest in just a starting force would be a Praetorian Breacher Shield pack. Now, this one here, it kind of negates the need, well, to take this, because if you buy this pack, you get enough swords to equip all of your squad sergeants. You also get 5 boarding shields. Well, those boarding shields will look nice, especially on characters like this guy. replacing the arm with that boarding shield, instantly you could have, for example, the Ultramarines captain, whose name, Captain Agadatus or something like that it is, the one who leads the Armatura defense forces against the defense against the World Eaters and the Word Bearers, as portrayed in the novel Betrayer from Aram Dembski-Bowden. Excellent novel if you haven't read it. That captain there, you could easily make using that kit. You could give him an axe, you could give him a sword, whatever floats your boat, and he could lead your force with the breaching shields. The other thing that those breaching shields do is something that none of the other sets do too well in the Horus Heresy, and that is you can take these breaching shields and put them onto the boxed set miniatures to turn them from tactical marines into breachers if you buy enough of these. 5, 10, 20, up to you. Anyway, that's all from me. Back with the Outer Circle. Ultramarines are a nice, easy one because they're very vanilla, which means they get away with pretty much all the stuff that comes in the very vanilla box set. Obviously, as time goes on and we expand the force, you get to go off in some interesting directions. But for now, this'll do. Ultramarines don't quite have the same reputation as other legions. They're not the, an Ultramarines player. No, that's not a thing in 30k, so you don't feel bad about using them, which is nice. Anyway, see you all on the next one.